Today, we're going to be talking about your calculator. What's the purpose of a calculator? It allows me to put any value in the row next to net, and I'm just going to use an example here on my template. I'm going to write 5,000, and as you can see, all the numbers below change. This is really useful when you have numbers that are not whole. So if you get paid something like $2,478.37 after tax, as you can see, all your percentages are right there. All you have to do is put in the number. You don't have to do any calculations. All right, let's get into it. If you followed the process from the last video, you will have been at this point. If you have something and just want to add a calculator to it for your own personal use, you're in the right place. So here we can see what we did last time. We did our accounts and analytics. What we're going to do this time is come across to the right from the data analytics, and we are going to add a calculator in here. The first thing that we need to do is get our working area in order. In the 3 rows below the first row, we're going to come across all the way to Z. We're going to highlight all those cells and we're going to change their color to white. We're going to select the top row as well as all the cells up to Z, and we're going to hit merge and center twice, and that's going to create one big purple line all the way across. Finally, we're just going to draw our borders. So we're going to come down to line style, create a thick border, and we are going to draw the border all the way across the top and right above the letters. So I'm clicking and holding and dragging to the middle, and we get a nice thick black line along the top as well, as you can see here. One more thing, we need to come back to our line style, select the double line and draw that all the way along the bottom of our working area, and we can section off the right with the double line as well. Press escape to get back to normal. The first thing, the column directly to the right of our analytics, we want to come right down, probably 2 below, and we want to make them white. Then we're going to leave 2 columns. We're going to leave them. We're going to come to the next column and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to come all the way down, probably about 2 down below this line here. And we're going to make them white too up in the field tab. Then we're going to select columns N and O. So select the letters, come to format in your ribbon, column width, and make them 16. Now you've done all the preamble to start actually building the calculator. So what I want you to do is first just select all of the cells up to 2 below data analytics. And I want you to come over to the border tab. I want you to select line style and the thin border. And then I want you to do the same thing, but in the drop down, select all borders. Now we're going to come back and grab our pen tool. So we're going to go to the border, line style, double line, and we're just going to draw a big box all the way around our bordered off area. So from the bottom, I want you to count up 4. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm just going to draw a border, double border across the top of that. And then I'm also going to draw a double border across the top of that one as well. And the last double border we're going to do is from the top, from the center, we're going to come down 2 lines, and then we're going to go across 1. Come back to your border tab, select erase border, and these 3 cells or these 2 cells here are going to be disappeared. We're going to erase those lines, and we're also going to erase and create a gap between these 2 down here. Press escape. Then I'm going to select all 4 of those cells by holding Control and just clicking on them, and I'm going to make them white as well. And as you can see, we have 2 separated boxes ready to put information in for our calculator. Starting at the top, I want you to select the top 2 cells of our first box, and I want you to merge them. And inside, I want you to write calculator. Below that, I want you to write pay breakup. And to the right of that, I want you to write dollar value. Directly below pay breakup, I want you to write net. And then directly below net, all the way down to the bottom, I want you to select all those cells. I want you to come up to your number tab, and I want you to change it from general to a percentage. And then do the same for your second box, the first column. So I want you to come up to your number tab for them as well and select percentage. Then going down from net, I want you to start at 5%. So I'm going to write 5 and hit enter. And as you can see, it's made it look not very nice, but we'll fix that up in a second. And I'm going to write 10% and then 15%. Select all of them, and it will create a little border around them in green. Come to the bottom right and drag that all the way down to the bottom, which should be 100%. And down here as well, I use this as my quick go-to tab. So because I break my wage up, I have a big fun account which puts 10% in, 15% for my daily expenses, 25% for my living expenses, and 50% for my house. I use them as my quick go-tos. You may use a different system. You may not even want to use this. That's fine, but I'm just gonna be consistent with it. You can change it up however you like. So I'm gonna put 10, 15, 25, and 50. Now I want you to select that entire column up to the 5%. I want you to come to your number tab and use the decrease decimal button. So now I've got whole percentages. I'm going to align them all the way to the left and middle align. So these two here in the alignment tab. And then I'm going to indent them, increase indent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times to get them into the center. It may be different for your thicknesses, but it should be pretty consistent. For net, I want you to do the same. Left align, middle align, 5 indents. So it's all in one big line. And for calculator, pay breakup, and dollar value, you're going to middle align and middle center. So we're going to add some color for consistency. So calculator, I want you to select the calculator tab. I want you to select the bottom 10%, 15%, 25%, and 50% holding control and clicking. Come down to your drop down color tab and select the third orange. You can make them whatever color you want. I'm going with orange. And that orange, if you come down to here in more colors, if you want to copy the exact color and you don't have it in there, it's 244 red, 176 green, and 132 blue. Hit OK, and you'll have the same color as me. Then pay breakup and dollar value, so I select those two cells, will be the second drop down orange, and that formula is 248 red, 203 green, and 173 blue. Hit OK, and the rest or remaining cells in those boxes will be the first drop down orange, and that is 252 red, 228 green, and 214 blue. We're almost done. All we have to do now is actually do the formulas. Now, before we put the formulas in, what we're going to do is in the bottom box, we're just going to write alongside each of the numbers, we're going to align them with what they are in here. So for 10% in this box, I'm going to write equals, and I'm going to select the cell directly to the right of 10%. And mine is 010, and I'm going to hit enter, and it won't have anything for now. That's fine. For 15%, I'm also going to do the same thing. Select the 15%. For 25% equals, select the cell next to 25%, and 50, same goes again. And they should all be zeros because there's no numbers in here yet. So now we're going to actually write the formulas, and it's a real simple formula, but I'm going to show you how to do it line by line. Starting at 5%, in the cell directly to the right of it, I want you to write equals, and I want you to write 0.05, hold shift and press 8, which is multiply, and I want you to select the cell directly to the right of net. So I'm going to select that and hit enter, and it will still be 0, but that's fine. Now we're going to go all the way down from 5% to 100% and type in the formula because it won't do it automatically. So for 10%, the formula is equals 0.1, shift 8, and then select that cell and hit enter. For 15%, it will be equals 0.15 times that same cell next to net and hit enter. For 20% equals 0.2 times that cell, hit enter. As you can see, we're just going up in 0.5 increments. So for 25%, it will be 0.25 times that cell. Oh, what have I done? I didn't write equals at the start. So equals 0.25 times that cell. It's very important that you write equals at the start to create the formula. So then equals 0.3 times that cell, equals 0.35 for 35%, equals 0.4 times that cell for 40%, equals 0.45 times that cell for 45%, equals 0.5 for 50%, equals 0.55 times that cell for 55, equals 0.6 times that cell for 60, equals 0.65 times that cell for 65, equals 0.7, well, in the bracket, equals 0.75 times that cell for 75, equals 0.8 times that cell equals 0.85 times that cell equals 0.9 times that cell equals 0.95 times that cell. And then for 100%, you're just going to write equals and select that cell. Okay, so now we have all zeros in there. So we want to select all of them, make them currency. We want to left align them, middle align, and we want to indent them to the middle, which for me is going to be 4 clicks. And you're done. So now, if you test it out, in the column directly to the right of net, if you put any number in there, it should break it up in 5% increments. If I got $555.55 that week after tax, voila, there it is. All of our numbers broken up. We actually want to be consistent with our formatting. So I'm just going to select any of these numbers in here, select Format Painter, and select the column directly to the right of net, and it should align it perfectly. The only cell you need to change is the net cell. Whenever you get paid and you're ready to break up your wage into your accounts, you will put in the dollar value you got paid in there. It can be any number. So let's do 100,000. It's a pretty big number. Let's do $236.48. And every single time, it's going to break up that wage perfectly. You've got your quick go-tos down in this box here. And just to make it look pretty, you can go 2 cells below down the bottom and make it white. And that's pretty much it. You're at 0, it'll be 0. You're at 100, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. It's probably a good idea to do an example with $100 and just make sure that all of the percentages are correct. If they're not, just go back through the video and find where you went wrong and fix that up, and it should be fine after that. You're gonna save your work, always save your work, and you're done. The next video, we're gonna talk about expenses. So for now, keep inputting your information into your accounts, which I haven't done. As seen here, 9 days have passed since I recorded the last video and our countdown's working perfectly. But yeah, keep inputting your information into your lines, and this should make your life a little bit easier when breaking up your wage. I'll see you in the next video.